Hey guys, what's up? It's Francis and Did again. So today, tonight, I'd like to talk about what I have been up to these days, and especially, you know, how I managed to improve my relationship with people around me and with people who I usually, exchange ideas with, both from outside China and within China. Yeah. So first of all, I like to notify you guys that these days during these days I like to make more overseas phone calls via WhatsApp and via Facebook, to continue exchanging critical ideas and thoughts with my friends, with my acquaintances from all over the globe. Not to only, to keep myself going along the YouTube pathway and um, the entrepreneurial pathway, but to also bring you guys more valuable contents and more ideas, more choices, more options, for for you know for you guys to choose your own future and to actually uh, find yourself in a less unpleasant um, less unpleasant places and situations. Um, because I do believe I have, so far encountered and experienced many types of difficulties and problems. Um, especially, problems that tend to emerge from within, the mind, such as depression, frustration, and lack of motivation, those kind of things. And I have to admit that um, depression, it can really occur to you since very young age, and it doesn't have to happen to adults. It doesn't have to happen to elderly people or more senior people. So and most of times depression, frustration, and all those types of negative mindset can really alter your perception of this world, perception of those people around you, and the perception of the intentions of those people around you. It can make you a lot more easily to misinterpret the message and to misunderstand the message, the information people usually give you. Um, so I believe it is terribly important to realize to first of all realize this fact and do something about it. So yeah, so allow me to share something with you guys relating to to the work that I'm currently doing. So yeah, basically aside from trying to make more and more contacts, trying to exchange more and more intels and ideas and thoughts with my friends, my acquaintances from all over the world, I have also been trying to develop several training programs, and that includes, but are not limited to, entrepreneurship development and training programs for young adults, for fresh graduates, especially those fresh international graduates in Australia and in New Zealand as well. Especially, this training program um, primarily targets international students who are currently studying in Australia and are about to graduate from their various types of degrees. Yeah. So yeah, at the moment I am um, writing several documents, which include the operations manual for several classified ad sites. I have been developing the, as some of you might have heard, the Gumtree operations manual. That this manual basically helps you list and sell items on Gumtree Australia more efficiently. And I have discovered several vulnerabilities of Gumtree Australia's webpage for entrepreneurs for us to exploit. Though I haven't mentioned all of these vulnerabilities to Gumtree Australia just yet, because obviously I can't find their phone contact, so I have had a very hard time trying to reach them. Once a somewhat urgent matter begins to emerge. So yeah, but anyway, this part sounds quite irrelevant to these thoughts, to the ideas, the information I am about to share it with you guys. But I just like to point it out. That yes, Gumtree Australia has recently made some improvements to to the ad posting web application, and they have somewhat become more tolerant and more lenient towards toy guns, the sales of toy guns, especially gel, gel ball blasters, those things. Yeah. So if you guys have a passion for toys engineering, DIY engineering, or things or something like that, feel free to to post those things on Gumtree Australia for sale. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me, as long as it relates to Gumtree Australia, as long as it relates to entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial training program development. So yeah, feel free to ask me any questions relating to these type of matters. I always keep an open mind and an open door towards your ideas, your comments, even your objections, of course. Don't you worry. I fully and I highly respect the freedom of expression and the freedom of speech here. As a somewhat still newbie and a new YouTuber, I have to do that. I have to show the respect to these values. So yeah, feel free and don't hesitate to spread your ideas here. Yeah. So on the other hand, apart from the entrepreneurial development training program, apart from that, I am still continuing my YouTube vid series, interview series, which is somewhat characterized by a somewhat casual interviewing environment and atmosphere while I conduct the interview with several relatively successful people in Australia, especially in Sydney, Australia. Especially yeah. I am planning to make several more interview vids with several more Aussie entrepreneurs and Aussie value activists, as well as church events activists, especially Protestant churches. Yeah. Though I had tried to make various contacts with them, though most of them still ended up in failure. I shall still keep trying. You have my word on that. don't you worry. At least, so I believe it will someday bear fruits. Have faith. And what else? Yeah, regarding regarding trying to record the the conversations and the phone calls I've had with my my friends and my acquaintances from overseas, from all over the globe. First of all, I like to make a confession here. Most of them, not most of them, but most of the times I do seek their consent in prior. I do seek their consent in advance before I publish the recordings, video recording or the audio recording I've had with them. In most cases, I do seek their consent. I do seek their consent beforehand, so you don't have to worry about that. Though I almost always record the vids, before I let them know, other than the that Aussie value activist, other than him and other than several very close friends of mine. If you guys, let's say, if any one of you are watching this video, please let me know, and please, if you don't want your voice or your faces published, please speak to me, and I will have those vids removed as soon as possible. Yeah, I do apologize for that. Yes, I apologize. And what else? What else? Yeah. Once from now on, before I publish and before I record the conversations I'm having with them, I will always seek their consent one by one, each by each. So and yes, especially if those people who actually have a prestigious title and a prestigious job position. Once I do, let's say, whenever I speak with them, I will not, I will not record their, their voices before they grant me the consent, so that I can record the conversation after I have obtained the authorization and the consensus in prior, in advance. Yeah. However, there will be some exceptions, like for those parties who actually declare that my phone call to them will be recorded for promotional purposes or for training purposes. For that, I will exclude them from from this bit of my confession here. So I hope you guys can understand, because since they are recording us, why shouldn't us record them? Just to, for our own references and for our future references, etc. Yeah, so I suppose it is reasonable and ethical to do that, since they are, after all, recording our voices every time we ring them, every time we phone them. So yeah, that's all pretty much. Anyway, guys, if you guys have any suggestions or have any professional recommendations for improvement, for my vids on YouTube, feel free to spit out. Feel free to make your voices heard by making a reply video. I always stay tuned to your and stay you know I always stay tuned to your feedbacks, to your replies, to your comments, and you know, if any of you guys um, feels like having some chinwags with me on WhatsApp or you know via Google Hangouts, feel free to let me know in advance, and I can thus arrange some time to schedule our online conferences or online interview even. I will be more than happy to do, you know, to make your voices heard and, you know, in the form of a interview vid. You know, that belongs to my specialties here. Trust me. You can count on me. You can count on me, guys. Anyway, guys, I sincerely hope you have enjoyed this vid, and thank you for watching and listening. I'm your host, Francis Anded. Stay tuned, stay awesome, stay blessed, and stay faithful. I shall see you in the next video on YouTube. Have a great day or a great night. Cheers and bye bye.